We are officially at the halfway point in the show. So it's downhill from here, I guess.
We'll see.
It's just so fucking weird.
All right. So this is episode 13, Angel Infiltration. The pilots are undergoing a synchronization test directed by Ritsuko deep within NERV headquarters when a new angel, Iriel, appears within the base itself, being initially mistaken for corrosion. This angel is actually a collection of millions of microscopic organisms which interact to create a living biological computer circuit. Iriel infects NERV's computer network and then infiltrates two of the three Magi supercomputers that control the base before Ritsuko is able to set up a firewall to slow its advance. Ritsuko comes up with a scheme to use the Angel's rapid adaptive ability against it and force it to evolve into a benign state, but must race to implement the program before the Angel gains control of the base's self-destruct. After successfully pulling off the plan and destroying the Angel, Ritsuko gives Misato some insight about the Magi's workings, relaying the story of how her mother based its design on her own personality. Now, let's just take a moment to focus on that.
There's a brain in the computer.
This show's fucking weird.
This was the episode where I was like, okay, the Angels have no fucking rules anymore.
No, they don't. Because, I mean, granted, this isn't the last time we'll see them try something on the microscopic level, because something sad happens later.
Yeah.
But they don't try this again? All right. I mean, granted, it's a cool idea that it's like these angels, or a angel or something. It's like, hey, let's just get microscopic on them.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, this is the part that I kind of snarked at. It's like, we didn't have the budget to have a giant angel, so let's just make it microscopic.
Yeah. And like Mike said, let's not get away from the fact that the inspiration possibly for Lord Genome is there's just, you might say it's her brain, as I carve out part of this and plug electrodes into the still beating brain that's there.
Yeah.
That thing had the grossest looking color to it. Also, it looked
it
looked like an aged Super Nintendo. You know, like when
God,
like when it turns from white to like skin, like yellowy kidney failure skin.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that part kind of threw me through a loop. I was fine with the pilots having to sit naked for some reason in these test suits. I was fine with the imitation Avas basically being human torsos without skin.
Yep.
I was fine with angels basically pulling off every cyberpunk's wet dream from the 90s. But the brain in the computer makes me wonder what else is powering the other two computer parts of the computer.
Yeah. Also, just the fact that like, now we kind of get a good look at the Magi, and we've talked before about daddy issues. Now we've got mommy issues.
Hooray!
We have the first round of mommy issues.
Oh joy!
Oh, okay. So this is
some you don't even know about yet. That have already.
I'm sure we're gonna find out soon.
Boy.
I know we're gonna find out soon because it's that kind of show.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I just love how we're not even minutes into this episode. They go, wait, maybe having the ever intelligent, completely in charge supercomputers bad.
I mean, on one hand, I like that Ritsuko got basically a whole episode to herself, and it's just like, oh, my mom is still the same, and I keep growing older, and it's like, Ritsuko, do you have like your mom in a frozen block of ice or something? What's going on here? That's very serial killer sounding.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Honestly, though, this is going to sound really horrible, but one of the reasons I like this episode was we got a break from our main character.
Yeah. They basically took him out for the whole episode.
They took all 3 of them out, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And you cut to the end where they're all just like, oh wait, they're just sitting in the lake in the biodome, just in their tubes going, hello. Hello.
Anybody there?
Honestly, that's my favorite cliche in anything where like the episode ends. It's like, I can't help but thinking we forgot something, and then it cuts to.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
No, this episode's just a lot. Just like the whole fact that they went into like Alita Battle Angel territory with this, where it's just like, oh yeah, we just carved up Ritsuko's mom, put her into the supercomputer. It's no different than that one character from the Alita Battle Angel film or the OVAs. It's like, don't you want to go to the place in the sky or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll just send you there as a bunch of organs.
Yeah, and so we're starting to get a lot of ramrodding of certain stuff being incredibly important, and two of them. Okay, so jettison Unit 1 fucking immediately.
Yeah.
Don't
the other
touch
two.
it. Yeah, the other 2 are fine. Only Unit 1's important. Only Unit 1 is important. Why do we want the Angels to get to Unit 1? We're not going to say for a while. Also, dear God, don't let them touch Adam.
Yeah.
Why do they know right where Adam is?
I forget where. Who was it that discovered Adam? Was it Gendo and his partner?
Yeah.
Okay.
They show that they found him in the little I want to say end episode stinger of like episode 8 or 9.
I think it's episode 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering what the heck Ryuji is doing, because he's like, or Ryoji, sorry, because he's constantly being shady as hell. Like,
oh, that's the Angel. My work's gonna have to wait.
Yeah, what were you doing?
He's in the episode for 20 seconds.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And then like they just had an entire nest of cheat codes inside of the thing in case something goes bad.
Oh god, of course a bunch of them had written on there, screw you, Akari.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I like that part, but it's like it was just so funny that those things aren't just like, I don't know, disintegrated by. I'm sure those supercomputers get pretty hot. I'm surprised those things don't just like cause a fire within, but whatever.
Yeah. So I have to start asking some questions, and of course I'm not going to answer them if you get them correct or if you get them wrong. But Mike, so I have to ask why in your opinion you might think some of this stuff is important to the Angels.
Why what? Like why they need control of the Magi?
Well, the Magi being one of them, because that would have just self-destructed Nerve. But why immediately they were like, all right, we need to get at Adam. Okay, we can't do that. All right, we want to get at Unit 1. Okay, we can't do that. All right, we're just going to kill all of you. Killing all of them was the third option.
Oh, okay. That raises a lot of questions.
We have something, and they want it.
They want it real bad.
Oh yeah, I wonder why Unit 1 is so important that Unit 2 and Unit 0 could just be like, fork it. Who cares?
It's fine.
Yeah.
We can't kill the Avas without these. I don't care. Get Unit 1 out of here immediately without its pilot.
How? Second of all, even if they could pilot the Avas and take this Angel down, how the hell would they do that? Their things are tiny. They're super tiny.
It would have just been them like shooting lasers into the walls and hoping that they zap fried the Zerg creep that was going throughout the entire infrastructure of the facility.
Well, first of all, those imitation bodies, that's its own nightmare fuel. Just like,
yeah, those things
gosh.
looked hella creepy.
You know what that honestly reminded me of, though, and I know it has no connection, but it just reminded me of it instantly when Nia gets taken over by the anti-spiral.
Yeah.
Like the circuitry winding up her body and all that. That's instantly what it reminded me of. But again, it's Gainax, so it's just all in the big happy family.
I was thinking Akira because it's like, oh, look at all those tubes sticking out of it.
That is true. That is still, man, they want to adapt. They just can't adapt the ending of that film into a live action like they really say they want to. Yeah, do you have questions? Anything at all? Because outside of they're like, all right, let's stop it from killing us. That was the entire episode.
Like I don't have
outside of that,
I don't have anything. I think my questions kind of stopped at human brain part of the supercomputer. That kind of just like fried me a little. It's like, okay, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm at the point now with this series where like the questions I have now are, okay, sure, we've got to look at Magi. We know kind of how it operates. But I still have questions about Adam.
Sorry, I just know it. It's like,
yeah, it's weird to not want to say these things.
I'll ask this. I'll ask this. Do we find out the answer shortly?
Oh God.
Good luck. I don't remember. A lot of this is into the unknown for me, buddy. So
give me a second. I'm gonna try and type this in the most not spoiler way possible.
This one also felt like it had a limited budget. Like all the budget went into like the microorganisms looking cool, but it's like we want to have an intense episode, but we can only stay in one room.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason why the main characters were taken out.
Well, we're well past the point where they went our budget. Just shot it into the stratosphere and it's gone.
I'm just gonna keep thinking about the whole Chowder fourth wall break. Do you know what happens when we lose all the money? We lose our jobs? Worse. We run out of the animation budget. And it's just all the voice actors sitting in a room.
Oh, man.
I think we're getting close. I have vague stuff from here, so...
Man, just looking at this page. Oh, boy. We're getting close because you start getting... How do I want to say this? We're getting to the point in the show where you're going to start getting context for stuff that you've seen already, and it's going to make you more confused than what you already were.
Okay.
And then,
yeah,
it kind of all comes crumbling in on itself at once when you start finding out what everything is. So we're getting to that point. Like when my favorite angel design gets introduced, it's just all of the I'm not even fucking asking questions anymore point in the show where I'm just like, I get more confused if I ask questions. And if you gave me the correct answers, I'd be more lost.
No, well, what's going to happen is we're going to get answers in the form of other questions.
That's like, I don't know if anybody watching this is wrestling fans, but like the quote from Roddy Piper quotes this quite correctly. Just when you think you know the answers, I change the questions.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
I think we kind of hit that point when, again, brain in a computer.
Brain in the computer.
Brain in a computer.
All bets are off.
All bets are off. A ghost is in the shell.
Yeah, I have that's it. Not a whole. I mean, a lot happened, but very little happened.
Yeah, this is a very super condensed episode that had like fate of the entire world happen and then not happen within minutes. These last episodes fly by.
They do.
they are paced so well once this show actually gets clipping. I forgot how much better just with pacing the show gets.
Hey, we're not getting into episode 4, aka the college indie film project. So where nothing happened, the budget was not there.
Shinji.
And I should go home. No, I'm going to go to a movie theater.
I'm going to go to a movie theater and watch 2 people mac on each other. And then stare at Misato for roughly 3 minutes without making a sound, and then go, "I'm staying home." Yay!
God, that episode was rough.
The worst.
The absolute worst.
It's like the Ben. It's the Ben Schwartz clip. The worst.
It is. All right.
So good news about this episode is we are far removed from that in terms of quality.
We are in the second half of the show officially. Well, we're at the end of the first. The next will be in the second half of the show. Yeah, we're on the downward trend here, and this is like, man, you start realizing also how just Ano went. Yeah, let's get philosophical. Just a look at some of those titles of those episodes, like especially this next one.
We're hitting the deep end, and this is exactly the point where it's like, oh, this is where Ano was going through some things, and he used the show to get through them. So, okay,
yeah, exactly. But we're going to get there because this is going to be to the point where Mike kind of was, I think, with Gurren, where all of a sudden he's kind of like, okay, I need to watch one more so I understand what's going on. I need to watch one more.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I'll call this the potato chip episode.
There we go. What's you brain computer? You can't stop. All right. Cameron, where can they find you?
Nowhere near that brain computer, but you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/CamsEyeView. I am the co-host of the Renegade Animation podcast on renegadepopculture.com. You can I have my own website called camseyeview.biz where I review animated films from all around the world called The Other Side of Animation. I also have a Patreon at patreon.com/CamsEyeView. If you like my work, you can support me there.
All right. Mike, where can I find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at CaptainK42. Check out all my quick thought reviews on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. Find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can check out all of our podcasts, including Renegade Animation, on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And before we go, one thing I almost forgot to mention is I love Gainax and their need to pronounce stuff the way it's not spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Simone, I just got used to it. They had like French pronunciations for everything in that show. And in this one, Casper is widely pronounced as Caspar. That's not an A, Gainax. That's an E. But you can find me everywhere at Organoid0, Twitch, and YouTube. I love them so much, but my lord, they don't like pronouncing things the way they're spelled. Everyone, we will see you in the next episode. Bye.